Mondays.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mom Mondays. This week, we are going to continue the equipment discussion and hear from Kim about Colton's equipment over the last 10 years. So he's had some overlap with Rowan that you may have seen in the previous video, but he's also used a bunch of equipment that we have not had the fun opportunity to use yet. So I'm excited to hear all about Colton's equipment journey. Kim, over to you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we are fundamentally so grateful to have all this equipment. We know how lucky we are to be able to have all the supports that Colton needs as he reaches his milestones at his own pace on his own schedule. But we're always also excited to remove a piece of equipment, to donate it or to get it out of the garage. So I'll walk you through I'll show some pictures of Colton and his equipment over the years, just to give you an idea of what has helped him access our community and the world. So I think one of the first pieces of equipment that we needed were seating supports. So Colton, because he has SLC13A5 epilepsy, he did not sit well until well past his first birthday. And even then he remained pretty unsteady. So we had various chairs over the years, and here's him sitting in one of these supportive chairs. And you can see there are supports at the shoulders and on the sides and between his legs, and he has a foot plate, and he's high-fiving his sister Maggie on the school playground in this one, which is pretty cute. We had different chairs at home. So some of these are more like foam type chairs that were easy to clean for feeding, but also gave him the supports he needed so that he could focus on chewing and swallowing and all those important skills as he was learning to eat. As he got bigger, we needed to master skills like standing and walking. And so we had supportive equipment for that as well. In this picture, he is in a gait trainer or a walker, and it helped give him the extra stability and input that he needed. He had different walkers over the years, and he got to the point where he could run really, really fast in his walkers. And at this point, we still have a walker around the house, but he actually doesn't use it unless he's having a really unsteady day. We've also needed ways to just get him around campus or the community. And when he was little, we used pretty traditional modes of transportation. So like a baby stroller with some extra supports, or we loved wagons when he was little. He used a wagon at school for a long time, and sometimes a friend would hop in with him, even if they didn't need the wagon necessarily to get around. It was just a fun social thing, or friends would help pull him in the wagon. So I highly recommend the wagon for those early years. And then as he got bigger, he just had trouble fitting in a wagon or in a traditional stroller. And so we moved on to wheelchairs that, were able to accommodate his extra height, and we're still able to help him get around town. This wheelchair was cool because he was able to push it himself. So it has that one big wheel in the back that he can actually be really independent in. At this point, he doesn't use a wheelchair. He remains very unsteady on his feet, but he really likes his independence. But for longer distances or when he's tired, we do have an adaptive stroller. And this has been a really great fit for our family. It goes on airplanes with us and all that good stuff so that we can do all the activities that we want to do as a family. At school, he does use a stander, and that can just help make sure that he's getting that input in his feet and hips. I'm not a physical therapist, so I won't pretend to know all the good things that it's doing, but it has been a useful piece of equipment for him. And throughout this whole period, he has had supports on his feet and legs. So these are sometimes called orthotics or braces. You might hear terms like AFOs or SMOs. There's all different flavors of this, but it's basically to try to help make sure that his foot alignment is correct and that he's learning to walk like heel toe instead of walking around on his toes. And to make sure that his knee is in a good position. Again, not a PT, but these are a really useful and consistent piece of equipment for us. And we love our Billy shoes that zip up right around the braces. So a little plug for Billy's and easy footwear when you're using these. At school on the playground, we of course wanted to make sure that Colton was safe. So he did use things like helmets when he was littler, and he had someone, with him if he was on tall equipment. But our goal has always been for Colton to be able to do everything that a typical child would do at school. So we like the equipment that helps him participate in activities just like a regular kid. And our really favorite piece of regular kid stuff is these cars. So this was something that Colton received as like a Christmas present, and it looks like a very typical kid toy because it is a typical kid toy, but it comes with the added feature that there's a remote control. So we could help Colton, a typical I don't know, toddler, young elementary school child would probably be able to handle like the steering and the gas and all that kind of stuff. And Colton now can do that pretty well, but it took him a little longer. And so having this remote control where we could help him handle things like the gas and the steering was really fun. So I highly encourage families to go out and find the equipment that is the right fit and the right stage for their child, and to also think about how you have fun using that equipment, because there's a lot of good stuff out there. So happy shopping. Good luck talking to insurance. You got this. It's worth it. And there's my 2 cents on Colton's equipment.
Amazing. I think I'm going to have to buy Rowan a little remote control car because Colton just looked so cool in his. So, well, Kim, thank you so much for sharing. And hopefully in the next few weeks, we'll hear some of the things that Tessa is using with her equipment. And thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Mom Mondays.
Bye.
Monday.